we are officially, well, tomorrow it'll be 3 weeks. 3 weeks out from the show. So June 8th. Today we are heading back at More, the Mecca of 4 stars, they like to call it. So we're gonna start with seated rows, my favorite. I always like to do a row movement first, kind of helps warm up mid, back, and lat. So that way you kind of get the best of both worlds, depending on how you pull. So that's what we're gonna start with today. Here for it. I can at least manage to maintain my strength in back right now. Everything else, all my workouts have started to dwindle to where not as strong as I usually feel, which is fine. That's normal. It's not, these workouts are not supposed to be pushed as hard as I possibly can, as heavy as I can. It's more so higher rep, high volume, get a pump, burn some calories, still push, but I'm not trying to max out every rep, that's for sure. So, whoop. Good gotcha there. So, stretch. Stretch the elbow. Something's cracking today. I guess if it's not cracking, I'm not doing it right. My poor old body. I'll say that's probably one of the things that my body is starting to really take a toll. Prep is getting harder in that sense of my body is starting to get to that exhaustion point where it's just like, just push through. That's all you can do. So, which sucks because mentally, I'm like, let's go. It's game time. We can do this. We got this. But trying to get my body and my brain to be on the same freaking page, it's really annoying. Honestly, we'll probably stay there. I probably won't do super heavy. It's not my goal on these workouts. More so just keeping my muscles strong and healthy. So maintain the muscle that I have, which luckily, I mean, my food's still, my carbs are cut. We started carb cycling last week, which is not my favorite, but I still get at least some carbs. So I don't have no carbs. So today I got my 1/4 of a cup of rice with my pre-workout meal, and that's what I get.
Yeah. Hey.
But it's okay.
At this point, any carbs are good.
That's why I was like, you know what? I'd rather have something than nothing at all. So yesterday was leg day, so I got my cream of rice in the morning, and then I got my 1/2 cup of rice before my workout. So that at least I was like, okay, we can handle that. But it's not as bad as I was expecting, but it's still not the most fun. So the hardest part was going over to my in-laws last night to see their new puppy. My father-in-law came home. He had been gone when we got there, and he comes back, brought in Domino's. And I was like, it's fine. I'll just, everybody's always accommodating of hey, do you want to take it inside? I'm like, you guys just eat it. It's okay. So it's one of those things. Yeah.
At the ambassador workout, I went and grabbed a cookie, and you and Tatiana were right there.
Yeah, we're just sitting there.
I'm gonna walk over here to eat this. I'm not gonna eat it right by them. I'm not gonna hide from the fact that I'm eating it, but just not in front of their face.
No, I appreciate it. With my pickles. You find the little things that kind of help with kind of fighting off some of those cravings. Pickles are always a great option. Get that saltiness in there. Just make sure you drink your water. But those 5-calorie sugar-free jellos when you need something sweet, those are always a good option. Not very filling, but it hits the sweet tooth. So, and the little mini cans of Diet Pepsi Zero or whatever it is, and Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. Just a little mini can. Night. Oh, it helps. But no, I really can't complain, honestly, too much. Prep has honestly been life-changing for me in the sense of I wanted to mention this today because I was thinking about, my coach asked me yesterday, she was like, how do you feel like this prep has been compared to my last 2 preps, which were 7 and 8 years ago? So I was in such a different place in my life then. And I went through a lot of struggles I was just a bitchy person in my last prep. I was not a very nice person. And so coming into this one, I was like, I need to have a better mindset. I need to like really get myself, like focus on myself and my mindset and being positive and not letting the negatives get to me. And I really struggled last year. Like I went through a bit of a depression from like end of May, June. I went from having the most clients that I'd ever had to like 5 full-time clients. And my business just all of a sudden tanked. It sucked. I knew it was unexpected. And, economy's rough. People want to spend the money on training. That's usually the first thing to go. What do you expect? But when you go from doing like being at your highest to literally being at your lowest in a matter of weeks, really, really rough. And then I struggled with my weight because of all my health issues that I couldn't figure out and needed to get in and figure out. And I was struggling with my image. I was struggling with my health issues, and getting into like training was helping a little bit. Finally getting kind of into a training routine, getting back on like an actual split, working on eating off of a meal plan, which helped me not have to think about what I had to eat. Even though there were times where I was like, this sucks, I don't want to do this. And, it helped. But coming into prep really kind of brought me out of my depression because it gave me something to focus on. I realized I put a lot into other people. And it's my job, but I was putting more into people that weren't pouring into me. And I learned how to set boundaries for myself, and I set some boundaries and I focused on myself, and I finally kind of gave myself the love and care that I give to everybody else. And I was like, why have I not been doing this sooner? Like what, you don't really realize it until you finally get to that point where you're like, I'm just fucking miserable. What am I going to do with my life? And this was everything that I needed to kind of open up my eyes and go, hey, you haven't been taking care of yourself. Now that you know what all your freaking issues are with your body, we've gotten that back on track. I have my autoimmune disorders and, I've got those to where I haven't had flare-ups hardly at all. This entire prep, I've had 1 flare-up, and that was right before I got sick with my sinus infection back like 6 weeks ago. And other than that, like my skin is better. My overall health in general is better. I feel better. I've never had so much like mental clarity and like mental fortitude. That's something that this teaches you a lot about your own self-discipline, which I'm not a disciplined person. I've said that I don't know how many freaking times, but it's taught me how to be more resilient and how to trust myself. And I like, out of all of it, this whole takeaway, I don't even care. Like, I'm a very competitive person, so I care if I come home with a trophy or not. But at the same time, I don't care in the overall sense of the strength that it brought me through and pulled me out of my depression of feeling sorry for myself and feeling like nothing's changing. My business has been better than ever. I'm having to turn down clients right now, which is, I hate doing, but I'm like, I don't have the time in my schedule. And, I have incredible support from people that I didn't even know, supported me as much as they do. And I've had so many people reach out and ask about it, the show. And I just am so grateful for the people who have stuck through it with me. And, Nova, I have to give a huge shout out to Nova. She's been, her and we kind of trade off on who has bad days and who has good days. So it's been great because like yesterday was a rough day for me and it was a better day for her. And then, it goes back and forth of, hey, I need the pep talk now, you need the pep talk. And it's just one of those things that it's nice to have somebody misery loves company, but at the same time, we make sure to make it a point to not let each other like wallow in that self-pity of poor pitiful me if I don't get to go have this and I don't get to do that. It's, you know what, we've only got 3 weeks left. We got this, like, you know, we've made it this far. We've pushed through. You know, your hardest days are behind us, and we'll have more hard days, but we keep getting through them. So, you know, and it's been great. I'm really like, if anything, I'm just grateful to have gotten the mental strength that I needed out of this, because I was not in a great place then, and I took it out on people, and now I get to be a much better version of myself for putting myself first finally. So
I can say from my standpoint, I can tell, not that you ever seem not happy, but you just seem a little more bubbly and happy every time that we come to do a photo shoot or a video shoot. You can tell you're in a better spot.
I am, and I'm so grateful for it, because like I felt like a huge chunk of me last year was missing, and I was like, I didn't have anything really to like fully work towards, because I mean, we're still a year out. I mean, whenever we even started this, it was August last year. So when we started even considering, and you know, to have that this whole thing seemed so daunting last year, even just getting started. And I was like, there's no way. Like, I had almost zero faith in myself. And then as we got closer and I started to see the effects of putting in the work in the gym and getting back on a schedule and figuring out my health issues, and, you know, getting on my medications for my thyroid bullshit, and like learning about my rheumatoid arthritis diagnosis and how to combat all of that. I think it just kind of finally, like, it was all like it clicked as soon as we started prep. I was like, oh, I get to do something for myself truly. And like, it's just, it is a literal 180 from this time last year to this year. And I just couldn't be more happy about it. So it is, I feel like a completely different person. I feel like my old self again, or even better. Like, I feel like a renewed version of myself, like something that I just desperately needed. And I'm grateful for it. Grateful for Nova to stick by my side through all of it, and grateful for Josh I've had to a few times kind of be like, I'm sorry. This last week especially, I've caught myself getting a little snippy about certain things, and I'm like, ooh, sorry. I had to do that last night, but you know, it comes with the territory. He'll admit that I can admit I'm not always the best at saying I'm sorry. So it's something I'm working on, but we're doing it. So bigger than I care for. We'll start at 70 for a warm-up set. Yeah, probably a little too light. We'll go for a good 15. I really like working full range of motion on lat pulls. Feels so good. So a key tip, here's trainer tip. I see a lot of people when they do lat pulls have a really hard time actually engaging their lats themselves. And a lot of times that's because people drive their elbows behind them. No, think about driving your elbows forward towards your hips. Keep them stacked underneath your wrists. Pull forward, drive those elbows toward your hips. That'll really engage those lats. Pack your shoulder blades down first before you bring your elbows. So pack the lats, drive the elbows. Maintain that tension on the way up. Do not just let the bar drive up. Don't lose that precious tension. That's where all that muscle is being torn apart and rebuilt.
Passing through the wave like a jet ski. I'm just trying to live, little mama, don't text me. Watching from afar like a star, this the best seat. I'm just trying to win when I swim, this the best seat. I got them all uncomfortable though. They say I'm arrogant, I thought that I was humble, you know. They say when you shine and you grind that they afraid of that. You're so bright, you're so tight, and they be hating that. The top's so far from the bottom to be exact, but the bottom get you ready to fight for the top black. I'm just trying to let the lights consume me. I'm just trying to let the vibe for the night consume me. I'm just trying to let this wine and my wife consume me. If you don't like the way I rhyme, that's alright, just sue me. Suckers always hating, I am so impatient, but I'm always waiting. I'm anticipating graduating every station. So I'm just enjoying the lights, trying to find where I fit. In a room full of pits, in a room full of vultures, consumed by the culture. I'm just trying to keep it all in motion.
So that's one thing with prep is like Jordan doesn't like. I know not to ask a ton of questions. It's trust the process kind of thing. But like, I love knowing the process and why. So I have to have a lot of faith. But she knows what she's doing. So I just like, why are we doing this though? But why? But why? But I want to know why. So I have to just not ask.
I'm kind of the same way. I just had text my coach this week and I said, hey, I noticed we have a 4-hour ride right before the state champ race.
Why?
Is there like a reason? Like, if it's for the end goal of Tulsa Tough, like I'm fine with that.
Right.
But I'd really like to do well at this race as well. So if like we can work this out.
And it's like, just stop. Yeah.
And I'm glad I did because he ended up changing it a little
bit.
So
that's.
He didn't realize the importance of that race to me.
Right.
Partly because I didn't explain it well enough, but
sometimes you have to advocate for yourself. So that was, I mean, it's important to do. So, but advocate and ask questions. I always tell all my clients, I'm like, I like to over explain because I want you to understand exactly like what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, the importance of why we do it this specific way over this way that you might have done in the past. That's the who's, what's, and whys about it. So it makes a difference, but all right, we'll get our final set on this. Maybe I can get my grips just right. I noticed I was not pulling with my elbows. So.
Are you gonna feel that? Are you gonna feel that? Okay. Are you gonna feel that? 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 Okay. Are you gonna feel that?
Woo. There we go. Now let's figure out where to go from here. Next, we gotta wipe down first. Clean one. So, hydration. We'll hit a little more mid-back. I don't work my mid-back as much as I should. I'm always a lat queen. Now you get the veins going. That's always kind of cool to see. It's douchey, but it's kind of cool. It's when you know you're getting lean. Okay, we're gonna go. There we go. Inside grip. I'm interested to see like how much it changes over the next 3 weeks. So, because I don't know what she'll cut out this week. I'm sure more carbs. We got swapped from, I will say, we got swapped from ahi tuna steaks this week to tilapia, which, yeah, I've been on tuna steaks this entire time, tuna and chicken. It's not my favorite.
I don't do anything that swims.
That's the thing is I've never been a fish person. I did not grow up eating fish. My last prep, I think I tried like salmon once. I don't think we did tilapia. I don't remember what else. I think we just did salmon once, and I was like, no, I'll just do chicken, straight chicken. I don't even care how many meals I got to eat it for. So when she put ahi tuna steaks, I was like, I don't know how to cook this shit. I don't know what to do about it. I pan-seared them for a bit, and then I started air frying them, which was better. And then she swapped me over to tilapia this week, and I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, I can't do. I was like, it's fish. I just can't do anything else. I've gotten used to doing tuna. Yep. And then I went and bought some, and I was like, I'll just throw it in my air fryer. I do everything in my air fryer. Yep. And I ate that first thing of tilapia, and I was like, why have we not been doing this the whole freaking time? I was so mad. Way better than tuna. I mean, it was like, it has hardly any flavor at all other than the seasonings that I used. Air frying it made it nice and crispy on the outside. It was perfect on the inside. I was like, it's almost like a flakier version of chicken. I was like, I can handle this. So next prep, I'm okay with just doing tilapia and chicken, never tuna again. So yeah, I don't ever want to touch an ahi tuna steak again unless it's in sushi. So no more tuna. But yeah, I find it sad when you get to a point of prep where you're like looking forward to eating tilapia. So as a non-fish eating person, but the greatest part so far, Nova and I keep sending each other all the restaurants that we want to eat at after the show for like dinner or like brunch. I have a list of places I've already told Josh of like, okay, I want breakfast at Frida Southwest. I got to go get brunch there. I was like, we got to go to La Brasa. I got to go to Cafe Cacao. It's like, I need all of the food places. So, but we'll have to be careful with it. I'll reverse diet. I'll do my reverse diet properly because I do not want to blow up for summer. So, but man, I cannot wait. I also told Josh, I was like, my present to myself after the show is a Ninja Creamy. I've been holding off on getting one because I know I cannot have self-control to not make some. I mean, I can, but I was like, I want that so that way I can start having protein ice cream every night. We'll be fitting that in there.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Off with some cable lap pullovers, maybe some low rows. We'll see. Try and get it in line with my lats. Sometimes these ones are hard to get just the right adjustments, so but it works. It's nice not to have to like constantly mess with the cable system, dropping it up and down, up and down. So I do like the dual crosses for that, for supersetting for stuff like this. So they're helpful. Now I'm getting taxed. This is the part, like getting towards like the end of workouts where you're normally not like taxed, and then you get to this point and you're like, oh shit, I'm out of breath. It's hard. Stay hydrated. I will say though, when you're on the Stairmaster for an hour, twice a day, you go through your water pretty quickly. So I also make sure to eat everything with hot sauce because then I really get my water in. So that helps. But I have finally found the best hot sauce. At Walmart, they have this brand, it's called Melinda's, and they have tons of different flavors and stuff. I have a green chili hot sauce from them it's got a really good kick to it if you want like a green chili hot sauce. But they have a black truffle hot sauce. It sounds weird, but it's more on the like, I feel like it's more like a Chipotle style, almost like Chipotle buffalo style. And it's a red one, and it's like the perfect amount of like kick and heat with like good freaking flavor. And I do that on my chicken, I do it on my tilapia. Anything I put it on. So always. And the Kinder seasonings.
I like those.
Kinder's the caramelized onion butter one or whatever it is we've gone through one of the giant ones of those, and then I just had to restock and get 2 of the smaller ones at Walmart because I was like, we'll go through that so quickly.
I'm slowly finding they make more and more stuff that I didn't know they made.
Tons.
Because we just started with barbecue from them, and then it's like, oh, they have seasoning.
Yeah.
Oh, they have this. It's like
panko crumbs. Yeah, that's.
So I didn't even know they had that.
So I literally bought 3 packs. So they have, if you go in like where the breading, like all the flour and stuff, they have panko crumbs that are flavored. And they have like 4 or 5 different ones. And I bought 3 packs. I bought the like Italian one, the ranch one, and the buffalo one because I was like, well, what if they don't have by the time I get off prep? I was gonna be so sad. So I can't even use them, but I've had them in my pantry for like 4 to 6 weeks at this point. So that'll be nice to use.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look Sunday when we go.
I've been going. Mustang Walmart is about to, like, I cannot stand it anymore. Sorry, but I went to Yukon's Walmart yesterday, and they had so much more variety of stuff. So I was like, I haven't seen that. Where did that come from? And it's so hard when all of these sauces too, because I really have to pay attention to how much sugar is in them too right now, and how many calories are in them. And you'd be surprised at how many sauces, like a tablespoon, if not 2, is well over 120 to 160 calories just for like a tablespoon of sauce. And you're like, holy shit, like no, can't do that. My whole tilapia serving is 130 calories. So I'm like, I can't. So to be careful with that. But Kinder's everything. They have a fry sauce apparently now too that I had no idea. I know. I got their black cherry chipotle barbecue, which is not sugar-free, but it's 30 calories a serving. And I was like, I'll just try it. I just bought it just to be able to like try it out. And I was like, I'll use this after prep, but one more set.
Ellie got their barbecue, peach barbecue bourbon.
Oh my God,
or something.
that one's my favorite. The bourbon
She was
barbecue.
not a fan.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that one is by far, I think, my favorite of their barbecue sauces.
Well, I might have a bottle for you.
There you go. It's so good. It just has too much sugar in it right now, but oh, so delicious. So delicious. They have, I believe, a rub that goes with it, but I haven't seen it in stores. I've only seen it online. I almost bought yesterday, they had at the Yukon Walmart a whiskey apple seasoning, but I was like, I feel like that would be best on like pork chops, but I can't obviously do that. So I was like, I don't know what else I'd put it on, because I feel like it would be weird on chicken. So I was like, I don't know.
It could be good, but it's like, do I want to test it out and find out?
That's why I was like, I don't really want to buy it yet and test it just yet. So, but I feel like on some like air fried pork chops, yeah. I have a whole list. Like I've literally the other day I was not bored, but I was like, I need to zone in on something to get my mind off of like trying to eat, but at the same time all I could think about was food. So I started going through my TikToks of all of the meal prep ideas that I have saved. And I actually started doing it for me. And then I was like, you know what I need to do is do this for my clients, because a lot of my clients are like, I don't know how to get 130 to 140 grams of protein in a day. Or how do I make so many meals that have so much protein? And so a lot of the stuff that I save is high protein meals, because that's what I have to eat. And I struggle with that too. I myself am constantly like, I don't know what I'm gonna eat. And I end up doing where I just hyperfixate on the same meals over and over again. And then I get so sick of it that I'm like, I don't wanna touch this ever again. And then I'm back to that cycle of, well, what the hell am I gonna eat? And then I just don't eat something. And then I go and so it's like, I'm gonna start, but I needed a visual list of what all I have saved, because trying to scroll through your own TikToks and figure out, like, oh, let's pick something for the day. It's like, that's not time efficient. So I started writing down all of my breakfast meal prep ideas, all of my lunch meal prep ideas, snacks, dinners, and compiling a list. And then as I went through my TikToks, I sorted those into folders on my TikTok so that I have the videos, and then I can send those to my clients to be like, hey, you need a breakfast idea? Here's some videos on how to even do it. It has the macro counts in most of them, and then there you go. So it's just not even just for myself, but for my clients. I was like, this is brilliant. I don't know why I haven't thought of doing it sooner. So, but it's been fun, like getting to kind of help with, I don't typically do a lot of nutritional stuff with my clients just because I've struggled so heavily with it over the years, which sounds silly to say, but now that I've kind of gotten more confident in it, it's more fun to help my clients figure it out, but also it doesn't have to be difficult. So I'm like, don't stress over the like exactness of everything. Just focus on one little, like, get your protein goal. And I'm like, so here's how all your ideas, focus on that. And then once you've figured out, okay, I know how to get all of my protein in for the day, then let's work on, okay, let's figure out where our carbs need to kind of be better at. How many veggies do we need to get into? But typically when you start working on your protein, you kind of realize, oh, well, maybe I should take more of this out and add more of this in. So it's been a really cool thing to like get to have my clients kind of follow along with it. So definitely not my meal plan, but getting to see them be excited about it too is really, it's a pretty neat deal. So that's good.